goodness. Get well soon, King, because this is crazy. Welcome, everybody, to Cheap Pops. I'm Dave.
I'm Nick.
And if you don't know, Jerry the King Lawler suffered a stroke, so get well, King. I've met him a few times. We met him at a show once. I was wearing an Andy Kaufman shirt, and he was wearing that I Love Puppies shirt. King's one of the nicest guys if you ever get a chance to meet him, but I know he stopped his schedule so he can recover, so get well, King. If you've never seen the show before, we talk mainly wrestling, but we also talk pop culture, but there's a lot of wrestling to talk about.
Yes.
A lot. I got some news first. If you don't know, he's got Velvet Sky behind him. They just announced that, well, they already had announced that Mickie James is going into the TNA Hall of Fame.
Ooh.
But recently they announced that Angelina Love and Velvet Sky, the Beautiful People, are going in.
Yes!
Which I think is awesome because Awesome Kong is already in and Gail Kim is already in. Two of the original, knockouts, and then Mickie James, one of the Hogan era knockouts. I say you add ODB, you add Roxy, and you add Taylor Wilde to that list, and you make it all women going into the TNA Hall of Fame. Most of the original knockouts that started it all, that got bigger ratings than the guys' matches. Put all of them in at the same time, it would be awesome for a Bound for Glory weekend.
Oh, hell yes.
So, what do you think about the NXT versus TNA Invasion, which got changed to Showdown? What do you think about all that? They're going to do Survivor Series style matches.
I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. The reasons I've been reading that they changed it from Invasion to Showdown is the date of it is October 7th, which is when the Hamas attack happened, last year in Israel.
Yeah.
So they figured Invasion probably wasn't the best name on that date. I can kind of understand that, but you've had an Invasion pay-per-view before. I wouldn't be that sensitive to it, but I guess some people would. Whatever. And another women's thing that's happening, on November 12th, they're going to do a blood and guts match on AEW featuring the women. I know that two of them that are going to be in it are Julia Hart and Sky Blue, I don't want to say the Twisted Sisters. I can't remember what they call themselves, but Sisters of Sin, that's what they call themselves. And I think that'll be really cool to see a woman's blood and guts match. It's pretty much a War Games match, and they use weapons and all that stuff. And if you're worried about the women bleeding, they've been doing it for years, whatever.
Hey, they even added it where women in 2K25 can get busted wide open.
Exactly. So I think it'll be good. And Tony Khan announced there's going to be AEW women's tag titles, which I think is awesome. They've got a huge depth to that women's roster on that brand. Perfect to have a tag title. I think they should announce a trios titles too. Cause,
yes.
I mean, you've got the Triangle of Madness with Tekla, Sky Blue, and Julia Hart. You've got Harley Cameron and Anna Jay, their group. You got a lot of women on that roster that you could make into trios, and you've got a shitload of belts anyways. Why not do trios belts for the women too?
Right.
Another thing, I did not get a chance to watch the full Worlds Collide event with AAA and WWE and NXT, but Dominic Mysterio is now Intercontinental Champion and AAA Mega Champion. He is going to get so much heat in Mexico, it's going to be ridiculous.
Yes.
Going to be ridiculous. It's going to be great. He is so good now. From what he started with, being the baby face with his tagging with his dad, to what he is now is just tremendous. So amazing.
Him turning heel was the best thing ever.
Absolutely. And he just embraced it and completely changed everything about himself. It was great. We went to a show on September 20th, which is the same day that two wrestling events were happening. Well, we went to an indie show. The first time we'd ever gone to Powerhouse Pro Wrestling. It was their 25th anniversary. I am not going to talk about every match because whatever. It happens at a lot of indie shows. Their mics were cutting out during the announcements and everything, so we could not hear a lot of the names. But there was a four-way for the Young Guns, first ever Young Guns champion, One guy, Chris Spratt, the educator, came out and was writing everybody F's, and handing it to them. And there were people in the crowd that were holding up F's for him. And a guy that had a huge sign made up with a whole bunch of failing grades for the guy. So obviously he's been doing it for a long time, and the people in that area know it. It was a good match. I mean, I wish I knew these guys' names because a lot of the guys on this card were really good. But I asked, the company to do results, but they haven't done it yet. So I don't understand why indie companies don't, like, they post the graphic of a new champion, post the results of the whole damn show. Yes. I don't understand why that's so hard. Literally copy and paste on your Facebook. I don't get it, but whatever. So Enzo Amore was there, now calling himself the real one. He did his whole gimmick. It was great.
The one guy in the first match, I wish I could remember his fucking name, was tremendous.
Was it the Jacob Evans guy?
Yeah.
That was screaming? He was great. I gotta say, a lot of these guys on this show were really, really good. I wish I knew their names. I'm gonna try to find them all out. But,
the weirdest thing is, no merchandise.
Yeah, no, the only one who had merch was Gangrel, and all he had was 8x10s. And he was in the main event, which was really good as well. But Enzo wrestled the consistent one, AZ. He came out, he said he has the best hair in the world, and he came out primping his hair and stuff. And Enzo cut a whole promo on him. And I guess Enzo was like the flyweight champion for Fourth Rope wrestling, which is cool. He defended that title. Of course, he won. But I had never seen him wrestle live before. So that was really cool to see Enzo wrestle. It was,
absolutely. And who was it that he was supposed to wrestle? But
he was supposed to wrestle Rich Swann from
yes.
TNA, but he wasn't there. But I mean, they found a good heel to go against him, so it was fine with me. There were two other matches before the main event. Two great mask gimmicks. I couldn't hear their names, but I said this to Steven, who was with us. I think the guy with the mask, the first match wearing a mask, is the same guy that was wearing a different mask and a different outfit in the other match. The body shapes were very, very similar, and neither of them talked. So, the first one didn't talk. The second one talked some part in the match and yelled. But they kind of looked the same to me. Neither of them had tattoos, kind of the same body. So,
and he kind of cradled that chair a little bit too much.
Yeah, it was
for comfort.
If you catch Powerhouse Pro Wrestling on YouTube, I'm sure they'll post it at some point. It was a really good show. The main event was Don Vega, the champion for Powerhouse Pro Wrestling, against Gangrel. Gangrel came out to the Brood music. He had the goblet and he spit, the blood and everything. What'd you think of that match?
I think it was pretty damn good.
I did too. They had a table there.
That fucking table didn't want to break.
It was a street fight, and that was one of the sturdiest tables I have ever seen. They tried all they could to break that table, and it was not going to break. Gangrel was pretty over. It was actually a pretty quick show, but I'm not complaining. I it was entertaining the whole time.
And the food was really good, too.
Yeah, they had food there. It amazes me that a lot of these indie guys make their money on merch. And the fact that nobody had merch, But then again, I'm kind of happy that they didn't have merch because I'm going to show something the next day that he saw for me, so I was able to buy that. So I probably wouldn't have had the money had I bought merch the night before. So.
Shall we get into what I got you for a surprise?
You go right ahead, man. And some of these figures that are on the table right here are custom ones that he made, which are actually really cool.
These two, Hulk Hogan and Mean Gene Okerlund.
Yep, and you did a really good job on all of them. The Sting is the fake NWO Sting, which I think you did a really good job on.
Oh, yeah. And
This is really cool. The box is damaged, and he didn't care because he knows I'm going to open it anyways.
Yes.
The NWO Scott Hall, the Wolfpack Scott Hall. I mean, he's already doing the Too Sweet. He's got the WCW microphone, the white bandana. That's really cool. The Mattel line, Jack Specific did detail on a lot of them, but these, they keep pumping out good ones. They really do. Mattel is really good at what they do, so I'm really glad with that one. Is that all you had, or were you going to show more stuff off later?
I know I have him on the table, but I wanted you to see him in the box.
This is really cool. This is not one of my favorite Undertakers, but the fact that they made this, the 1995 Undertaker with the face mask and the purple, and I mean, it's got the hat, another face mask.
Then the one without the mask.
Two heads, the hat, the jacket, the tie. That's really cool. For an Ultimate Edition, that's really, really cool.
And that was a pre-order.
No, that's real. I like that. That's really cool. So that day that we went to Powerhouse Pro Wrestling, there were 2 wrestling events. Of course, WWE had to counter program AEW because that's what they do. And to me, they did it with a crap show.
Yes.
Sorry, there was a couple good matches, but WrestlePalooza was not a good show.
I have to fucking laugh with the main event match.
Yeah, I didn't even watch the main event. Did not watch it whatsoever.
I didn't watch any of it.
It started out with Triple H doing one of his hype-up promos because it's their first event on ESPN. I get it. But there's commercials. You're paying to watch that, and they're doing commercials. I understand merch commercials because it's the company trying to sell merch. But you have ads on the mats. You have ads everywhere. Slim Jim is on all the tables. Stop. Thank God ESPN comes with my Spectrum cable, and I'll be able to watch it.
But I have it through my Hulu, so...
Exactly. So if you're paying $40 to get ESPN, and then you're watching commercials too...
Yeah,
it's ridiculous. It's like watching it... To me, WrestlePalooza felt like an extended episode of Monday Night Raw.
Yes.
What are you watching? It's Monday Night Raw. There's ads through the whole thing. I just don't understand, but Pat McAfee came out for commentary. I wasn't very excited about that. They started out with Cena versus Lesnar.
Yes, that was the one that made me fucking laugh at the end of the match.
Yeah, I mean, Heyman came out and introduced Brock Lesnar, which was pretty cool. But Brock was doing light-ass clotheslines on Cena, because Cena could hardly take a bump now. It's, even on the F5s, like he was doing all he could to just not lay him down, but make it as ineffective as possible on his body.
Is that Vince McMahon calling?
Probably. I mean, I think he's still booking the way they're doing things, but...
Brock Lesnar winds up winning the match, and they pan to the crowd and everything. Who's crying in the crowd?
Little kids.
That made me fucking laugh. I'm sorry, but that made me fucking laugh.
It's just... I mean, he hit 3 attitude adjustments and couldn't beat Lesnar. And Lesnar did like 6 F5s and pinned Cena. Did an F5 on the ref and then another one on Cena, and then they showed the kids crying. It was literally... Well, not... pretty much copy and paste SummerSlam 2014.
Yes.
And I'm not excited about Brock Lesnar. I'm not. Because it's the same match over and over and over again. The only time I thought he was entertaining was the SummerSlam match with Roman Reigns where he brought out like the payloader and he was jumping and he lifted up the ring and all that. Danhausen, you're going to go. I'm sorry. You're kind of bothering me. But, and I wanted to show off my Razor Ramon shirt that I got on vacation. But it just...
Hey, man. It's Razor Ramon.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that. But it just... I don't care. And this is one of Cena's last matches, and he got just ass wiped by Brock Lesnar. Just dog walked. It was stupid. And I understand why they started the show with it, but I just...
And the only good match, besides, like... 2003 with Brock and John Cena was when Brock first came back.
In 2012 at Extreme Rules? Yeah.
That was a really good match.
You didn't know what to expect with Brock at that point. You didn't have 2 or 3 years of him doing the same damn thing every time.
Yep.
So, I agree with that. The next match, the Usos against Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker, LA Knight as the referee. The Usos' entrance went way too long. They got on the mic in the crowd, and there was the yeeting and all that stuff. It's starting to get old. If he did it from the entranceway and it was a lot quicker, I think it'd be better. But it's kind of like Jon Moxley's entrance with the Death Riders.
Yes.
It's getting old, you know. And the fact that it doesn't look any different than Raw or SmackDown. These PLEs do not feel special anymore.
No.
They don't. Like, when they go to Saudi Arabia, it does, because they have to do a different setup and they have to look big because they're getting paid millions of dollars to do it. But this just did not. Usos got speared. Both Usos got speared through the table by Braun Breaker, and Jey Uso got pinned after a tsunami. It wasn't great. I mean, I watched it, but I didn't really care. I mean, if the Usos were going for the tag titles, I might care, but
right.
This, you know, I don't know.
Braun Breaker, hands down, being very fucking entertaining.
Braun Breaker's great. I mean, he's leaning into being a Steiner fully now.
Yeah,
it's tremendous. To me, the next match was the match of the night: Io Sky versus Stephanie Vaquer for the vacated world title.
Yes.
I would love to see a feud between the two, but it looks like they're going for Io Sky against the Kabuki Warriors with Rhea Ripley, which will be fun too.
Now, it would be awesome to see Kairi Sane side with the Io Sky and
I think
Rhea.
that's the way it's eventually going to go, because Asuka's going to go full heel, which is cool with me. I think she's better as a heel, especially with the mist, you know.
Fuck yes.
But the Stephanie Vaquer, the dragon screw leg whips that she does.
Fuck yes.
They are sick looking. I'm sure she's safe with them, but they look gnarly. And Stephanie Vaquer won. She's the new women's champion. So at Crown Jewel, it'll be Stephanie Vaquer versus Tiffany Stratton, champion versus champion. So that I'm sure that'll be a good match too. And do you want to talk about what happened on SmackDown with Tiffany Stratton against Nia Jax?
Oh my fucking god.
She went to cover Nia Jax, and the referee was like under the rope and counted 1, 2. Nia Jax did not get her shoulder up. Nobody broke up the pin, and the ref swiped
and Nia, if you read Nia Jax's lips, she goes, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, the fans don't know the end of the match. Count to 3.
Exactly.
You can fix it. You know, the fans don't know where you were going with it. You could easily change things up. It looks so stupid when the camera is looking right at the referee and they stop short of counting 3. It's ridiculous. Stop doing it.
If the only way that they can even remotely fix this, if they turn her into like the modern day Nick Patrick.
Yeah, but it's still
Yes.
It looked so horrible, and it's in HD.
Yes.
And it's just I don't understand.
And I don't think this is mostly Nia Jax's fault with Jade Cargill getting busted.
No, I don't either, but Nia Jax does have the reputation of hurting people, so you could kind of go either way with it. And I get that a lot of people in the locker room like her. They consider her a locker room leader, but I don't like Nia Jax. She's like the Jordan Grace of, you know, I don't care. I don't care. You know, Awesome Kong, awesome big woman.
Yes.
You know, I don't mean it derogatory. I mean, larger in stature that knew how to work like that. Raquel Rodriguez is coming into her own, being the larger size woman, you know, muscular woman, doing what she knows how to do. You know, I don't like Nia Jax, and I never shall. So, the next match, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins against CM Punk and AJ Lee.
They looked like fucking SpongeBob SquarePants from the SpongeBob movie when he does the Goofy Goober song.
I have never watched it, so I don't know.
I'll send you the fucking picture.
Okay, well, they milked the tag to AJ perfectly. I mean, Punk was in the match, most of the match, and Rollins would tag out to Becky, but she would run away. Classic mixed tag, you know, it just is. Becky's playing the chicken shit heel perfectly. It was great.
And fuck you for saying that, oh, she shouldn't be afraid of AJ Lee.
Yeah, I saw that stuff too. I think the match was a little too long, but, you know, I was entertained by it. They did a double hockey fight at one point. AJ Lee is pretty fierce at throwing hands.
Yes, she is.
And, I mean, I don't want to say Shane McMahon-like, because her stuff lands, but she's rapid fire with them, and they look brutal. I like it.
I like the excuse that Becky's saying with her tap out. There was a bee in the arena that she was trying to swat at.
She's so good. I mean, she's so much better as a heel. It's really good. AJ Lee, Punk, and Rollins went through a table at the same time, but AJ Lee tapped out Becky with the Black Widow, which was awesome. And I skipped Cody versus Drew for the WWE title. I just didn't care. Cody retained the WWE title. So now it'll be Cody against Seth Rollins, champion versus champion at Crown Jewel.
Did you want to go into All Out or Nick's picks?
Well, let's do All Out because it was the same day, and then we will do your Nick's picks. All Out had an All Out tailgate brawl, which was a pre-show. Will Hobbs and Samoa Joe against the Workhorsemen. Multiple body slams by Hobbs. I think he did like 10, which was awesome. I love seeing somebody do. JD Drake tapped out to Samoa Joe. Wasn't that great, but it's a pre-show match. Shibata wrestled Daniel Garcia. Whatever charisma Daniel Garcia had with the dancing and all that stuff, him being part of the Death Riders, gone. Presence, charisma, just gone. He is Wheeler Yuta 2.0. He's the same thing. He just has a different look, but he's got nothing. He's just another guy. He's the guy that's going to get beat, so Wheeler Yuta doesn't get beat all the time. That's the way it's going to be. But,
at least you don't look like a fucking shaggy dog.
Yep, but he won. He beat Shibata, which is stupid, but whatever. Hologram and the Paragon against the Frat House. I admit I haven't watched a lot of Ring of Honor lately. The Frat House, I haven't seen a lot of them. It was non-stop action. Hologram got the pin after a double stomp, but now he's injured, so, whatever. Seems to happen a lot with luchadors, but what are you going to do? It's their style. Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Megan Bayne, and Penelope Ford versus Mina Shirakawa, Queen Aminata, Harley Cameron, and Willow. There was a quadruple suplex by all the baby faces, which I thought was cool. Crazy tornado match with like tailgate stuff with like grills and
nice.
Like tongs and all kinds of stuff like that.
Not the tongs.
And they stapled Willow in the ass with a staple gun, which I thought was kind of funny. They did an avalanche powerbomb, Sky Blue, on Willow onto a plastic cooler, which looked pretty gnarly. Willow won with a Dr. Bomb. I really like Sky Blue and Julia Hart as a team. I like Megan Bayne and Penelope Ford as a team as well. I think they're going to build up Megan Bayne to be women's champion at some point because she's so impressive, even though she goes out with Joey Janela. But that's and then the main show, Christian and Cope against FTR with Stokely. Cope had throwback tights on. They were black and they had like the edge. Well, it said Cope, but the flames around it and everything. I thought that was really cool. He did a 5-knuckle shuffle in an AA, which I thought was kind of funny. The whole crowd chanted, "You can't see me." And then Stokely pulled the referee out of the ring, and Beth Phoenix comes out to music and everything. Just said Beth on the screen, but they can't call her Beth Phoenix because WWE owns that, so it was cool. She speared Stokely. Cope took 3 finishers, but then he hit a spear out of nowhere, 1, 2, 3. So FTR lost, which I expected. I mean, when you've got Edge and Christian reuniting for the first time, the second time, but against FTR, they're going to win, So, and then Kip Sabian and FTR attacked them after the match. They handcuffed Cope to the ropes, spike pile driver on Christian, and then spike pile driver on Beth. It's Randy Orton DDT and Stephanie McMahon all over again, which is fine, whatever. It's not like, storylines haven't been rehashed and, done different ways before, so I'm sure they'll do, I bet you they'll do a 6 intergender thing where it's Cope and Christian and Beth against FTR and Stokely. I'm guessing that's where they're going to go with it.
Probably.
So, which whatever. I mean, I like AEW, so I'm cool with it. The next match I was really looking forward to, Big Bill against Eddie Kingston. This was Eddie Kingston's return after 18 months of having a broken leg, and I think he tore like almost all the ligaments in his knee too. But It was a crappy ending because Eddie Kingston whiffed on the back fist at the end, and they counted to 3 anyways. So, the crowd was hot. They loved Eddie Kingston. It was fine. Brian Keith came in and attacked Eddie Kingston, and Hook made the save. They played like the bat signal with Hook, on the ceiling. And he came out with his new music, and so now I think it's going to be a tag team of Eddie Kingston and Hook. Which, if you want to build up Hook, because they haven't really done with it, putting him with Eddie Kingston, who can really talk, perfect for Hook.
Yes,
because Hook's not good on the mic, so perfect.
But he's great in that fucking ring.
He is. And Eddie Kingston looks like a badass, and you've got Hook that can do all the technical stuff that can look badass, the judo and all that stuff, so that's cool with me. Did you watch Tables and Tacks with MJF and Mark Briscoe?
I watched bits and pieces of it, and my God.
He started off the match with just thousands of tacks in the ring. Just all over. This puts Foley and Undertaker or anything I've ever seen in a death match to shame. There was just they had so many tacks in the bottom of their boots. Within 2 minutes of being in the ring, they were sliding on the ring canvas because it was like having metal on the bottom of your shoes.
Yes, and I've seen it with the post of the referee's shoes.
Yeah, Bryce Remsburg had just tacks covering the entire bottom of his boots. It was a crazy match. Mark Briscoe did 2 froggy bows. One of them through a table. And then he did a J Driller on MJF and got the win.
And you want to talk about like TNA Wrestling 10,000 tacks match?
No,
that was fucking 10,000 tacks.
It was crazy, but it was really good. I'm glad they gave Mark Briscoe the win. It doesn't hurt MJF any. He can complain about it, he can bitch about it, and still be the heel that he's always.
Hell, they can even bring it into another match with them.
Oh, I'm sure they will. Yeah. But then the Hurt Syndicate against the Gates of Agony and Ricochet. They're calling themselves now the Demand. Whatever. The MVP started the match, and they isolated his knee through most of the match. Actually, he carried most of the match. And then at one point, they took out Lashley and Shelton, like they knocked them out. And Ricochet pinned MVP. I don't think this is going to be the end of it, but I kind of like the Gates of Agony and Ricochet as a trio. I like that. And the Hurt Syndicate are completely over. And I just saw MVP's interview with Chris Van Vliet, and MVP says he still wants to wrestle, so he can, go off and on. And I like MVP. I've always enjoyed MVP. So, and I met him, so that's really cool. Actually, I've met everybody in the Hurt Syndicate. So, so that's TBS title, Mercedes Moné against Riho. This may have been a good match. I don't know, because I didn't watch it. And I'm not Jim Cornette. It's not because it's women. It's because it's Mercedes Moné, and she has sucked ever since she's been this. I liked her as Sasha Banks, but this ain't it.
No.
This is... It feels like the same person that's doing the Death Rider stuff is also writing Mercedes Moné, especially when you've got somebody so entertaining like Toni Storm. To act like Mercedes Moné is the greatest wrestler alive, and you've got Toni Storm in there. And I get that that's her, Moné's, character is that she's the best, but having all those belts, and it just, I don't. But she retained. I just didn't care.
Ultimo Dragon's better than she is.
10 times better.
Yes!
There's lots more matches because this was a long show. The unified title, Takeshita versus Okada versus Mascara Dorada. Dorada was the MVP of this match. He reminded me of, remember when Sin Cara first debuted in WWE before he started turning into a botch machine?
Yes.
When it was all innovative. That's what this dude is. He is amazing. He did a top rope Hurricane Rana on both of his opponents. He hooked them both with one with each leg, and took them both over. Fucking amazing. Okada won with a Rainmaker on Dorada. They want to keep Takeshita strong, and Dorada's going to go right back to CMLL anyways. He's not going to be there full time. Totally understand that. If you're going to pin anybody, you're going to pin the guy that's not there full time. Completely makes sense to me.
Right.
Coffin match. This one I think you should check out. Jon Moxley against Darby Allin.
I did check out some of it.
Crazy, just blood heavy. They were doing heavy hits into these heavy duty coffins.
I love Darby Allin.
Darby's great. Bryan Danielson was on commentary through the whole night, by the way, and I think he's a great analyst. I would like to see him more than Tony Schiavone,
yes,
to be honest. But Danielson gave Darby a duffel bag that had a plastic bag in it. He put it on Moxley's head, and then he held his arms and kicked his head in. You know, it was and the crowd was chanting, "This is murder," which I thought was funny. But Pac returned, another member of the Death Riders, and attacked Darby. He did a razor's edge from the ring to the floor onto one of the coffins. And this isn't like...
That was fucking gnarly.
This isn't like one of the box coffins, you know?
No.
No, this was one of those metal coffins, you know, like when they first did the coffin match. Not the coffin match. They did one with, was it Mankind had the
yes.
one, the feud with Mankind, with the Ultimate Warrior, they had them too. The heavy-duty metal coffins. It was brutal. I wrote, the Death Riders are now 1999 NWO. When they merged back after the Finger Poke of Doom, and it was just B-level guys like Horace Hogan and Bryan Adams, and it's horrible.
Wait.
I'm not bumping for you. But, and they're teasing an Orange Cassidy return, which I'm assuming, well, no, it happened last week, so he's returned, and they're going to feud with the Don Callis family. I like Orange Cassidy. I like his gimmick. I think it's funny. I wish they would have gone with a tag team with him and Danhausen, because I think that would have been money. But there's only a couple more matches.
Yes.
The women's title, a four-way...
Well, you can continue on. I'm kind of like zoning out.
Yeah, you usually do. Toni Storm against Tekla, against Chris Statlander, against Jamie Hayter. Very good four-way. Tekla did a spear off the apron onto the floor on Jamie Hayter. The thud on the floor made me cringe. It was like, remember when Eddie Guerrero powerbombed Lita on the floor?
Yes!
That thud? That's how it sounded. Just that sick, just like watermelon hitting concrete sound. It was bad. But Chris Statlander used the seatbelt roll-up pin and got the win. New AEW Women's Champion, Chris Statlander. I think that's pretty cool. She paid her dues in the AEW. I really like that. Tag title ladder match. The Young Bucks versus Brodito versus Jet Speed versus Hechicero and Josh Alexander. High spots galore, tables, steps, multiple ladders. Brodito retained. It's a four-way tag team ladder match. What can I say about that? I'm not going blow for blow with that. After the match, Jack Perry returned and attacked the Young Bucks. They got him down to do the BTE trigger. Lights go out. They play a video of Jack Perry reviving Luchasaurus. Lights come up. Luchasaurus is behind the Bucks. Double choke slam. Jurassic Express reunites. They play Tarzan Boy. Everybody, they're throwing babies in the air. Everybody's happy. What are you going to do with Jack Perry? The whole scapegoat thing was not working. Luchasaurus' kill switch wasn't working. Perfect. Put Jurassic Express back together.
Yes.
Just don't bring back Marco Stunt.
No.
Just do the straight tag team. All I'm saying. They did a backstage thing where they showed Moxley next to the coffin where Darby Allin was in. And the coffin opens up. Darby Allin hits Moxley with a pipe. Puts him in a body bag and sets the body bag on fire. Awesome. Just awesome. Wish Moxley would never come back, but,
yes.
You know, that's fine.
Should we talk about real quick behind the hard cam?
You go right ahead, because I'm...
No Mercy. This is not 2099, right?
Yep.
Yep, No Mercy 99. We are on the match. Well, the vignettes for the Intercontinental title match, China versus Jeff Jarrett.
Which would be Jeff Jarrett's final match in the WWF before going to WCW.
Yep, and never seen again in WWE until he got, inducted into the Hall of Fame?
Well, he made the appearance at the Royal
Yes.
Rumble with Elias, and then he was,
Yep.
Hall of Fame. I have the poster, the official poster for this pay-per-view, because it had Mick Foley as Mankind on the poster with Mr. Sacco I bought the poster from Mick Foley himself at an event, and he signed it. I'm going to get it framed and eventually, and so I think that's cool that I have that poster signed by him out of his own personal collection.
Hell yeah.
But this is the last match from that pay-per-view. AEW title, Adam Page versus Kyle Fletcher. Match of the year candidate, in my opinion. Kyle Fletcher has really come into his own. I think he's amazing. Back and forth with both of them working on each other's necks. Page retained, but like I said, Fletcher looked amazing. AEW's pay-per-view completely wiped the floor with WWE's PLE. That was not a PLE. That was an extended episode of Raw. Sorry, not sorry.
WWE's thing felt like, where's WCW pay-per-view?
Sold out. Halloween Havoc.
Right?
I mean, there was a couple good matches, but it just was not good. Oh, you ready? You ready?
Yes.
See, I have it queued up this time. Time for Nick's picks. All right. So, what did you pick this time?
In Your House, Buried Alive.
From October 20th, 1996.
Which is why I love the fact that I had this Undertaker.
Yep. What was the first match? Do you remember?
It's been a couple weeks since I watched it. Fuck.
You want me to go?
Yes.
Triple H versus Stone Cold. This is back when Triple H was Hunter Hearst Helmsley. What was the running theme through the first part of the night? JR's microphone.
Yeah, it's cutting in and out.
Cutting in and out, and this was when he was trying to be heel JR with, fake Razor and fake Diesel, and, he's busting on Vince McMahon, and he's saying that Brett's going to return the next night, and he's taking credit for it, and, Mr. Perfect came out and stole Hunter's valet. Austin won with a stunner. Good match. This is back when Austin could still bump because his knees weren't bad at this point.
And he didn't have his broken neck yet.
Yep, and he didn't use the boot in the gut to do the stunner. He just grabbed his head and did it. So it's really cool to watch the early part of Austin's career like that. And then the tag team titles, the Smoking Guns against Owen Hart and the British Bulldog. Two heel teams.
Yes.
So go ahead, Don. You wanted to say something.
And I love watching heel Owen.
Heel Owen's great. I like heel Bulldog. I think heel Bulldog is really good too. And the Smoking Guns never really worked as heels for me.
No.
They should always have been a babyface tag team. But they were trying to win back Sonny as their manager and all that stuff. It was a good tag match. Owen won with a spinning heel kick.
I was going to say, I think the Smoking Guns lost the match.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really see Owen win with the spinning heel kick a lot.
No.
He usually did the sharpshooter. So that was pretty cool. And then JR got in the ring and complained about Vince cutting his microphone off. And he leaves, and then Mr. Perfect comes out for commentary. And miraculously,
the fucking headset worked.
Exactly. So, it's great storytelling, not going to lie, Goldust versus Wildman Mark Merrow, the Intercontinental title.
Such a good match.
Exactly. The talent depth was good in the end of 96 and 97. Not going to lie about that. I wrote building blocks of the Attitude Era. Merrow won with the Wild Thing. If you don't know what the Wild Thing is, shooting star press, but he tucked it like crazy.
Yes.
And it's the most unique shooting star press you're ever going to see. And then Sid versus Vader with Jim Cornette with Vader. Shawn Michaels on commentary. Sid won with a choke slam. No offense to Vader, but he wasn't getting up for a power bomb with the way he was at that point. It just wasn't going to happen.
And the reason why they did... The original plan was that Vader was going to be the one to take the title off Shawn at Survivor Series, but who wound up fucking that up?
Drug-addled Shawn Michaels.
Yep.
But, what are you going to do? Sid was way over, and Sid won the title. It was cool. And then, Buried Alive. Mankind with Uncle Paul versus The Undertaker.
Oh, yes!
A total brawl. I mean, it was... My main thing was this is when Undertaker was starting to become more aggressive and getting the speed into his blows. He was doing punches, not the thrust uppercuts that he had been doing. He was still wearing the purple, but the next pay-per-view he was in all black leather. So it was the transition. So,
yes.
Choke slam into the grave. Undertaker wins, and they will not stop shoveling in the dirt. He won't stop shoveling in the dirt, and who hits him in the back of the head with a shovel?
The Executioner, but it was... Shit, he was part of the... Terry something.
Terry Gordy, one of the original Freebirds. And he had his OD on the airplane at that point, and he wasn't the Terry Gordy of old. But you put the Executioner mask on him, nobody really knows, nobody's none the wiser. And then Mankind and the Executioner start shoveling the dirt on the Undertaker in the grave, and it's just going slow.
Yep, so they send out almost all the heels to come out to bury him.
So it was Justin Hawk, Bradshaw,
Hunter Hearst Helmsley, Goldust, Crush.
And I think there was somebody else, but I can't remember.
Yes.
But they buried him fully, and I wrote Executioner, Crush, Triple H, Goldust, and Bradshaw. So yeah. And then after they all leave, lightning hits the grave, and Undertaker's hand pops out, gloved hands pops out, which to me kind of destroys some of the magic of it, because you can figure out that he kind of slid underneath the gravestone and he was able to breathe. But whatever, they're never going to fully reveal the magic of that match unless they do it on Unreal, and I don't even see them going that far.
No.
But I thought a good pick by you.
Yes.
But I wanted to say, since I wanted to kind of do a contrast and compare with what WCW was doing 7 days later at Halloween Havoc. So, opening match, Cruiserweight title, Dean Malenko versus Rey Mysterio Jr. DDP versus Eddie Guerrero. Giant versus Jeff Jarrett. Syxx versus Chris Jericho. Lex Luger versus Arn Anderson. Mongo and Chris Benoit versus the Faces of Fear. The Outsiders versus Harlem Heat for the World Tag Titles. And Hulk Hogan versus Macho Man Randy Savage in the main event for the world title. What's the best part about this with Hogan?
He was NWO Hogan.
But what did he have on his head?
Oh my fucking god, the flat top!
He had a wig on. Now, there is an explanation. He had just filmed the Three Ninjas movie where he has my name as his character in the Three Ninjas movie. I will always point out that fact because it's one of the coolest things I can point to. But in the movie, he has a spiked blonde hair to cover up the bald. So, obviously, they just, repurposed, or they got another one and they had the people from the movie do it. He comes out with a spiked flat top, looking like, Surfer Sting, and he has the sunglasses on and all that. And at one point, Macho Man rips it off his head and puts it on his own head.
Which was awesome.
It was great. And it was classic heel Hogan. This was the start of him becoming heel. And then, who debuts after the match?
Fuck, I can't remember.
Roddy Piper.
Yes!
He cuts a promo on Hogan saying, I'm the only one you've never been able to beat. I'm just as big an icon as you. I'm just as big a movie star as you, which was true, because he did They Live and Hell Comes to Frogtown and a couple other movies. And Hogan did a lot of B movies too, so he really was just as big a movie star as Hulk Hogan. But to me, that's really cool. Just to contrast and compare what both of them were doing.
And you want a really campy movie? Yes, Three Dragons movie.
Oh, Three Ninjas?
Yes,
that
Three Ninjas.
High Noon at Mega Mountain?
Yeah.
Jim Varney, Ernest, is in that movie too, playing one of the villains. So, and Lonnie Anderson, and it was the last Three Ninjas movie. Just, let that sink in.
Yes.
They did like 4 of them, so, So let's get into the mountain of things that I have to show off.
Wait, should we cue up the drum roll?
For that? No, I have something better.
Okay.
Let me get back into the soundboard. We're high tech here. That's Maury from Zoolander, by the way. I went on vacation. I went on an 11-day vacation. I didn't spend all of my vacation where I went. I went to Maine. And Maine has a lot of flea markets and antique shops, which also, they're not just antique shops. They sell collectibles and stuff, too. And I bought, not all of this stuff is from that, but I had a lot of spending money. I had saved up for this trip. And I bought a lot of stuff.
Yeah, you fucking did.
I did. And this tray... Well, here, I'll show what you gave me first. This cool American Badass Undertaker figure. This Big Show figure.
For your NWO collection?
This is really cool. I like that. I'm just kind of going to toss some of this stuff over there because I can take it later. I went to Maine Vintage Toys. And they usually have LJNs and Hasbros. And I saw these. Crush and Smash of Demolition. But I went on eBay to collect to complete the collection. $12 I got axed. And then look at this hot rod. There is not a bit of paint
that is
on
awesome.
this hot rod. Roddy Piper Hasbro. And then the Bushwhackers. Granted, I had these as a kid, and then I ended up selling them or giving them away at one point when I kind of was watching wrestling out of habit, and you know, I was in high school and I was paying attention more to girls than I was wrestling at that point. So I got rid of a lot of my wrestling stuff. Didn't get rid of all of it, but I got rid of a lot of it.
You kind of kicking yourself in the ass for it somewhere?
Yes, I certainly am, because I had a lot of cool stuff, especially posters. This is a 4-pin set. The Mankind logo, the Hot Rod Roddy Piper logo, the Brahma Bull, and Austin 316 on the skull. This I wanted to let you open.
Ooh.
A pack of cards from the original Batman movie. It's got a stick of gum in it. And
oh yeah, you could definitely tell this is old.
These I randomly found in a box of just random stuff that a vendor had. The box was labeled $1 a piece.
I actually like this.
Well, that's cool. Yeah, Super Troopers pins from the release of the movie. He had 3 of them, which is awesome because I can give him one. I can give his brother, who's a huge Super Troopers fan. Billy, you're going to get one. And I got one for me as well. It has Johnny Chimpo, you know, the cartoon, the Afghanistan animation from, you know, from the movie. So that's really cool. I like
Dave,
that.
you want to hit a guy with glasses, will you?
Yeah, that's really cool. I like that. There's Joker cards. There's, you know...
there we go.
Yeah, it's like a puzzle piece. Like, you know, it's got the sticker. But, I mean, it's got Jack Nicholson all over these. Michael Keaton. I will take a picture of these because you don't get to keep them until later because I want to take a picture of them. But I also, while I'm thinking about it, I gave you the one Funko, but I got you the Venom one.
Venom!
And I got you an LJN, a little Hillbilly Jim. And you probably don't even know who this is, but I got it for you anyways.
Trying to think who the hell it is again. You're going to have to...
Corporal Kirshner.
Yes.
And, oh, here. Look, another one. I forgot I bought another Batman pack of cards.
This one I will not open right now.
This I did not buy on my vacation, but this is not... I'm going to show another one of these, which is just amazing. But a Hulk Hogan LJN from the first series. I now have the complete first series, and I'm really, really happy about that. I needed this one to complete it as well, the Iron Sheik.
And what's the hardest thing to find with him because of...
Oh, the paint loss can be horrible on these, so... Yeah, and usually either his eyebrows or his mustache are gone.
You want to know what the one thing I was going to do when we went to Vintage Toys? I was going to grab you this.
Well, I grabbed it for myself. This is not an LJN, but it is kind of in that style. It's the Galoob Johnny B. Bad. I really like this, so I bought it.
Because I didn't know if you had him or not, and I'm like... Ugh.
And, of course, I bought my own Corporal Kirshner. These were at a flea market. The Hillbilly Jim and both Corporal Kirshners, they were $10 a piece.
That's not bad.
And this one doesn't have a lot of paint loss, so I'm really happy
Neither
about
does
that.
this one.
No, so I thought you would like those, so I grabbed those. This I bought at a flea market. The DX Invasion X-Pac. Awesome. A little Lego Aquaman Blu-ray. I'm ashamed to admit I have never seen this movie.
Oh.
Rocky and Bullwinkle. It is sealed with Robert De Niro and Jason Alexander.
It is worth watching.
And Rene Russo. This I bought at Walmart, $13. Lost in the Lost Lands, Dave Bautista and Mila Jovovich.
It's on one of the streaming networks. I did want to sit and watch that.
Yeah, I wanted the hard copy, so I bought that. We will review that. I'll review Rocky and Bullwinkle because I'm sure you've already seen it.
Yes, I have.
This, I'm so happy I found.
Yes!
I'm from Hollywood. Andy Kaufman's exploits in Memphis with Jerry the King Lawler's promotion. This is going to be amazing to watch.
Yes.
They played this on Comedy Central way back in the day, the full thing, and I'd always wanted it on DVD, so now I finally got it. This, I did not know. I knew about the movie, but Leslie Nielsen Repossessed, it's kind of like a spoof on The Exorcist.
Yes.
Jesse Ventura and Mean Gene Okerlund are in this movie. That's the main reason I bought it, and that's why we are going to review it. Man, I have so much stuff. This I paid $40 for. It kind of hurt a little bit, but
it was still worth it.
This is a huge Dean Malenko die-cast racing champion's car. So it has Man of 1,000 Holds on the hood. They're on the top of it, and it has him on the hood. I really like that. And I went to Target, and I bought the Big Evil Undertaker action figure.
I still kind of wish I was the fabric for the shirt.
Right. Here, I'll take care of that. If you don't like show and tell, too bad. I'm doing it anyway. Vacation Bebop and Vacation Rocksteady. I had been wanting this for a while, and I had the disposable cash, so I bought it.
I'm so glad I got for your. Was it Christmas or for your birthday? I bought you the 4-pack of the Ninja Turtles.
No, yeah, that was really. I think it was. It might have been my birthday, to be honest. This is why I said I'm glad the one promotion didn't have merch, Powerhouse, because you went to Target. I had gone to Target like an hour before he was there, and I did not notice this.
Shit, that was the other thing I forgot. What I grabbed on the display stand. I'll show it next time.
Okay. But he informed me they had the brand new Bloodline figures, the Solo Sikoa version. So there it is, Solo Sikoa. Tongaloa.
You mean Baby Umaga?
Yeah, Baby Umaga, yeah. Tama Tonga and Jacob Fatu, which I wish I hadn't paid $40 for a Jacob Fatu while I was on my vacation. So now I have two, so one's staying in the box.
I say take the one out of the box that the box is ruined.
Yep, this was $30, and I am so happy.
Yes!
This, Mattel, I love you. The ultimate edition of the Gobbledygooker.
Yeah, Gobbledygooker!
If you don't know who the Gobbledygooker is, Google it, kids. Watch Survivor Series 1990. You want to know who's in the suit? Hector Guerrero.
And for the longest time, Undertaker thought he was going to be it. Like the Eggman or something like that.
Yeah, because he thought he was going to be the surprise that came out of the egg. So the Gobbledygooker, and this is the Jacob Fatu that I bought for $40 at a flea market.
I say take that one out of the box because the box is kind of ruined.
Yeah, the box is kind of ruined. I have more.
There's more, people!
Undertaker, the Phenom VHS, still sealed. Awesome.
Thank you. I want to see that.
WWF Insurrection from 2000.
Ooh.
The England-only pay-per-view. Triple threat match, The Rock, Triple H, and Shane McMahon. Rock coming in as champion. European Championship match, Eddie Guerrero versus Chris Jericho.
Ooh.
Tag Team Championship match, Edge and Christian versus the Hardy Boys. Hardcore Championship match, Crash Holly versus the British Bulldog. Excuse me. Chris Benoit versus Kurt Angle. Too Cool versus Perry Saturn and Dean Malenko. Kane versus Bull Buchanan. Road Dogg versus Bradshaw. An arm wrestling match, The Cat versus Terry. And judging from this picture, Moolah and Mae Young are involved in this too.
Ooh.
And Jerry the King Lawler, of course, is the host, because his wife is involved. And Rikishi and Shokishi, who was Big Show, pretending to be the Rikishi, against the Dudley Boys. Awesome tape. I had to get this. I don't know if it's bad or not. Countdown, one of the WWE movies.
Ooh.
Kane, Dolph Ziggler, and a girl named Catherine Isabel. I'm gonna watch it just to see how bad it is.
It's
a WWE Studios movie. This has a wrestling connection as well. Do you know what it is? What the wrestling connection is?
No, I do not.
Rollerball. This is the movie that when Paul Heyman said he was going out to Hollywood to get a TV deal for ECW, he was out here getting a paycheck to do commentary on Rollerball. So this I like this. It's got LL Cool J, Chris Klein, Rebecca Romaine Stamos, and then you know how big of a mark I am.
Yes.
The Incredible Hulk on Blu-ray. The Blu-ray case is damaged, but I
wish I did. Now, Alex and I were discussing this because I was playing the Marvel Lego game with the Hulk.
Yeah.
Mark Ruffalo needs his standalone movie as the Hulk.
I agree. I completely agree. Now these I did not get at this. It was on my vacation, but it was not. I went to the Alden's thrift shop in Glens Falls.
Fuck you, RVD.
RVD GameStop exclusive with the Money in the Bank briefcase. An Arn Anderson figure for $2.
But you still know why I say fuck you, RVD.
Yes, because he defended Raja Jackson, and then for $3, an Incredible Hulk comic book that I'm going to put up on my Hulk display. $25. I got another X-Pac. This is like this is the SummerSlam '98 X-Pac where he wrestled Jeff Jarrett. I had this back in the day, but I sold it when I needed money. Power Move Pro Wrestling. It's pretty much the same as the wrestling, like the WWF or WCW, like Mayhem and stuff like that. But it's really cool. It's generic wrestlers, but it's still pretty cool. And one of these, I bought at one store, and then I bought another one because I'm going to keep one in the box.
I say take that one out of the box because this is ripped.
Yeah, but the American Badass Undertaker. Undertaker's my favorite wrestler.
My pre-order of that is on the way.
And all of the ones that are in the line right now, Brian Pillman, Shark, and Eric Bischoff, this is the only one I ever see on the shelf.
Yes.
So I don't know what's up with that, but I work at Walmart.
People with the fucking pre-orders.
I think the pre-orders is definitely doing a lot with it, but
which is why I pre-ordered specific ones I want.
Yep.
And I don't know if I said that right or not. I don't fucking care.
And then the Funkos.
My God, man.
Slash from one of the villain mutant from Ninja Turtles cartoon series. And then, of course, the two Funkos that I bought for you. He had two of each. So the Wolverine one, which is a chase one, and then Venom, I got that one too. $10.
That's not bad.
But he had the same ones, another one of each, and they had $25 price tags on them. So of course I'm going to buy the $10 ones that are the exact same ones. Why would I pay $15 more?
Right. And this one came with the protective case.
Yeah. But they put the price tag on the actual box, which is stupid.
Right.
And then a Razor Ramon Funko.
Razor Ramon. Here you go.
All right. And so we're going to go into my segment. I don't have anything to set it up, but
then afterward,
I kind of do.
Afterward, we have this.
We're going.
Can I do it?
Yep. We're going into Dave's Faves, which is where I pick a movie that I think everybody should watch. This I got for $4 on Blu-ray. I have never owned it on Blu-ray. You want classic 1987, 1980s? Harry and the Hendersons.
Yes!
John Lithgow. Bigfoot moves in with a family. What more do I need to say? That's classic 1980s.
Can I say this? You taught him how to sit?
Yeah. It's great. I mean, it's so awesome. So I think everybody should get this or watch it or stream it or, I like having the hard copy. So that's the Dave's Phase for this episode. So I did not get the Pro Wrestling Crate this time because I had to sacrifice. Is that the shirt?
Yeah.
Is that the shirt? Damn! I wish I had gotten it.
I'm hiding that one for later.
Well, I know what it is. I saw it.
First things first, Dustin Rhodes.
Oh, keep stepping. That's cool. I'm even going to have to see if I can buy an overstock one. I had to stop because I didn't have enough money and I didn't want it to overdraw my account.
I fucking love,
dude. And the fact that I've met him, I really want that shirt. Juice and Thunder Liger, that's badass. That's really badass.
That is badass.
I like that. Yeah, I wish I had gotten this one, but the theme of this one was masks, I believe, because it's the, a Sting makeup kit.
I kind of just want to hang this just for nostalgia.
I mean, it's better than socks. I'm just saying,
right?
So I mean that's cool.
I think that's really cool.
And the word is that his son is going to be wrestling now, so that's cool.
I don't want to give that away. Then we got a trick or treat bag.
Okay.
With Halloween Havoc.
Well, it says Halloween candy in the Halloween Havoc style. I like that. That's cool. I like that. Your daughter can use that.
Yes.
When she goes trick-or-treating.
I like this.
Oh, Vampiro for the Micro Brawler. That's cool. That's really cool. And it looks like when he was in Lucha Underground against Penta. So that's really cool.
And
is that Nacho Libre?
Yes! I love it!
I've never liked Nacho Libre, but whatever.
And your favorite, and I'm just going to give this to you.
Oh, really? Oh, is that El Generico?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool, man. Thank you.
You're
that's
welcome.
Awesome.
And I'm not going to pull out the autograph. The autograph is Eric Rowan.
Oh, well, I mean, that's cool. But no, that's really cool. Oh no, that's a Danhausen mask.
Is it a Danhausen?
Yeah, Danhausen.
Oh wait,
still, it's a Danhausen luchador mask, but No, that's cool though. I mean, I'll still take it, but
Wait a minute, I'm wondering if it's matching the one that you just put over there.
No, not quite. No. What?
Dude, it's got teeth on the back.
That's cool. It's kind of like an El Generico style, but it's got the teeth on it. That's cool.
That's actually really cool.
I can see how you could make the the distinction. No, that's cool. No, if you don't want that, I'm still going to keep it because that's
because it goes along with your other one.
That's pretty badass. Thank you. You got anything else?
No.
Okay. The last thing I've got is I watched NXT No Mercy. Now, when I said that Wrestlepalooza was just an extension of Raw. This right here, their PLE, it's an extended episode of NXT. They did backstage stupid stuff. Booker T was horrible on commentary. Please get rid of Booker T. Please. Especially when it's just him and Vic Joseph. When Corey Graves is there, it kind of balances out, but just stop. Please go away, Booker. I'm sorry. You're a legend. I met you. You were super cool. Go away, please. Please go away. Josh Briggs versus Javon Evans. I thought it was a good match. I can't get into Briggs. I just see him as a mid-card guy, unfortunately. I just hope they don't blow it with Evans when he eventually gets called up because he's really good light heavyweight. And
there's been a lot of the NXT people that they fucking blown it with.
Right. The speed title, Jada Parker against Saul Ruka. Saul Ruka's the champion. It counts down from 5 minutes. They have 5 minutes to do the match. Very jumbled because they have to rush. Saul won with a gnarly looking soul snatcher. I don't think she caught it right. Makes me miss the black and gold era because the takeover shows were just money. They were you looked forward to those. These I don't look forward to. Weaponized steel cage, Blake Monroe versus Jordan Grace. I normally fast forwarded Jordan Grace's matches, but I wanted to see this. They showed the hype up video showed Jordan Grace as a rosebud back in the day. Rose was around, so that was pretty funny. Blake Monroe used the cord on a hairdryer to tie Grace to the ropes, and then violently cut her hair with scissors.
Holy young fucking Matt Hardy!
This was before bow-legged Matt Hardy. Yeah, this is the infamous ladder match between Edge and Christian and the Hardy Boys that's behind us that he's paying attention to.
Sorry.
They did a rope break in the cage, which was stupid.
Ugh.
It's just stupid.
It's kind of like the fucking rope break in 2002 fucking Hell in a Cell match with The Undertaker and Brock Lesnar.
It's just dumb. It's dumb. Blake Monroe dumped out a bag of diamonds. Bless you. Instead of thumbtacks in the ring, and they did stuff through it. Jordan Grace won with an air raid crash through a table off the second rope.
If anybody watched MASH, air raid!
The North American title, Tavian Heights versus Ethan Page. I wrote Booker can't even be a good heel announcer. It was an okay match. Page won with a power slam off the second rope and then did his twisted grin, which is like an RKO. Okay. Have the crown on. NXT Women's...
What? King Booker over here.
Yeah. NXT Women's title, Lola Vice versus JC Jane. Fatal Influence is down to 2 members because Jasmine Nix does not want to renew her contract. She did not like the offer, so it's down to 2 members. Match of the night, in my opinion. I'm really high on Lola Vice. Someone in a hoodie, which is the trope now in WWE, attacked Lola on the floor, and JC retained. NXT title. I thought this would be a better match. I'm not saying it was a bad match, but Ricky Saints versus Oba Femi kind of felt like a lackluster main event. Took 4 DDTs for Ricky Saints to beat Oba Femi for the NXT title. It's cool for Saints. It just was not a main event for me. So that's pretty much it. There's a lot. I mean, there's more events that are going to be coming. You cannot, have a week without something going on. So there'll be more that we're going to talk about.
I saw a video clip that you might think is fucking hilarious. Jordan Grace getting her hair cut.
Yeah, that was in that match.
Yes.
Like, it was violent the way the girl was cutting her hair. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't her hair; it was extensions.
Yeah,
but still, it was pretty violent the way she did it. But it was okay. I mean, a lot of the WWE I'm watching out of habit again.
Yeah,
and I hate to say that. It feels like 94, 95 WWF, where I was just watching it out of habit, and it really feels like these PLEs are just Raw or SmackDown,
or like I said. Fucking PG era, anyone?
Yeah, right. But God, what's on back here? The No Mercy set, completely different than Raw or SmackDown. All the pay-per-views back in 99, 2000, 2001, 2002, all the sets were different.
Yes,
all the pay-per-views were different.
Like 98 and everything like that. Everything was different.
Yep.
I fucking miss it.
It made everything feel special. This era of WWE doesn't feel special. It's all about the money again. And a lot of the stuff feels like Vince McMahon is booking again. And I hate to say that, but it feels like it, and it sucks. It really, really sucks. I'm more excited about AEW than anything. And I don't think we talked about this on the last episode. I don't know who originally came up with this idea. It's not my idea. But in 2027, WrestleMania going to Saudi Arabia, Tony Khan has a huge opportunity.
Yes, we did.
I don't think we talked about it on the show, but we talked about it. Tony Khan can do a huge event in New Orleans, which got WrestleMania ripped from them, so it could go back to Las Vegas for next year. And now WrestleMania is going to Saudi Arabia. Book the Superdome in New Orleans. Have a huge WrestleCon event.
Are you sure it's not the Super Bowl? No.
Yeah, that was a cool moment. Tony Khan owns Ring of Honor. Tony Khan owns AEW. Tony Khan has a relationship with New Japan. Tony Khan has a relationship with CMLL. What happens during WrestleMania weekend and all that? Indie shows all over the place. WrestleCon. WrestleCon can happen in New Orleans with AEW. You can have all the wrestlers show up that aren't associated with WWE.
Oh,
you make it the huge weekend that WrestleMania is. You run huge events all over the area. New Orleans has plenty of spots.
And he could fucking clean sweep.
All of the people that are pissed that WrestleMania went to Saudi Arabia, you're telling me that they're not going to fly for a huge event like that? Bullshit. They will, and especially if Tony Khan brings in the big guns for all of his shows. You have Bryan Danielson make a one-time return.
Yes.
There's so much you could do with it. And I'm all for it. I'm sure TNA won't be involved because they have the relationship with WWE, but all these other promotions don't. And, I mean, the ones that are under the WWE ID won't get involved, but the NWA could get involved. You know, GCW can get involved.
Right.
There's so much you could do. Like I said, this isn't my idea, but I fully endorse it. I really hope they do it because it'd be a huge slap in the face to WWE, especially with WWE counter-programming AEW all the time. I think it's a great idea.
It would be a definite big-ass slap in the face.
So, Bound for Glory, TNA's biggest pay-per-view of the year is coming up. Survivor Series is coming up. There's all kinds of stuff happening. Wrestle Dream, I think, is the next AEW pay-per-view. There's going to be a lot of stuff to talk. NXT is doing Halloween Havoc, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about next time. Follow our social media, Cheap Pop Show, at Cheap Pop Show on X and on Facebook. Cheap Pop. At the end of the show, it always happens. cheappops.redbubble.com for
merchandising,
which is kind of apropos because they're filming Spaceballs 2, The Search for More Money right now, which is awesome, which is where that comes from.
Yes.
And cheappopshow.com for I posted pictures from Powerhouse Wrestling, so you'll be able to see what we saw. And thank you so much for checking out the show. Please like, subscribe, comment. We love to know what people think about the show.
Pop Guys out.